Hi, you've reached the Banana Split podcast. We can't get to the phone right now, so please leave a message and Drayden will tell you to go fuck yourself.
But we put all our phones on silent, so we're not going to hear it.
Go fuck yourself. And this is episode 78.
Yes, we are slowly climbing that long mountain road to get to 100.
Yeah.
Is that the one we're talking about where we would wear suits?
Yeah.
I'm wearing
cool.
a suit.
Is that the one where me and Pat are going to be doing episode 100 wearing suits?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's up? Nice.
There was something
Not a
with
suit.
Someone mentioned suits at one point.
Well, yeah, I wanted to do the 2.5 Men thing.
Well, there you go, 2.5 men, because I won't be wearing a suit. I'll be wearing something fancy. So it's like, half.
Alright,
Literally,
so
cool.
let's start this podcast on a slightly down note. There has been...
Did you lose your sponsorship already?
No, I didn't fuck up. Some YouTubers fucked up.
Okay.
Because you know how much of a fan I am of Rooster Teeth.
Yes.
Oh, so what did they do this
Big
time?
fan.
That's my...
Two people have been fired, first of all.
Were they big
For fucking up
names?
Yeah, fairly big names within Rooster Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
One of the founders of Funhouse, Adam Kovic, and one of the members of Achievement Hunter, Ryan Haywood, both had an excessive amount of leaked nudes come out onto the internet.
But is that their fault or is that more of like a... Because I heard a bit on the Chris Evans thing. It was like he posted something on Instagram and it was a picture of his camera roll and he forgot that one of the photos was, you know, a nude.
So,
But you can't see him in it. It's just a dick. So it's not even
to
clear it's
begin
his.
with the lesser of the two evils,
Right.
Adam Kovic got catfished online and was having a fake online affair, even though he is a married man, as well as was sending explicit videos and pictures of him and his wife without her awareness.
Oh, okay.
Consent's important.
Not to mention, and as again, I'm not kink shaming here, but that man loves to shove things up his ass.
Fingers in his ass.
Much like the leader of the Proud Boys, Gavin McInnes.
Yeah,
So,
like
have that in common.
they are. I'm talking. There was like 400 plus images of Adam Kovic. The man is. He's not a big man either.
Right.
Yeah.
The only one I can kind of remember is there's a chubby dude with a beard and glasses.
That's Bernie Burns, who no longer. Oh wait, yeah, that's one of two people.
Right.
How big's the beard? Big beard or little beard?
It's not that big.
That would be Bernie Burns, the founder of the company, who was no longer with the company.
Oh.
He left.
Okay.
Then I think its soul is gone and they need to just...
There's a few of the founders are still there. Now, for, allegedly the catfish was pretending to be someone under the age of 18, by the way.
Of course they were. I was waiting for that kicker.
So
Yeah,
when
I was
they
like,
were chatting to them, they were being, so I'm under 18, and
I
like, okay.
haven't seen the full things. No, there's no real stories coming out about Adam Kovic. These are just alleged things coming off because initially all the nudes were posted on a bodybuilder forum that didn't really go far with it. Then 4chan got it. Boom.
Yeah. Once their dirty hands are on it,
Now,
it's all over.
the bigger of two evils. Ryan Haywood, someone who...
That's not even the worst one.
No.
It was like messaging what he thought was an underage girl, unconsensual videos of him and his wife performing sex acts.
Are we entering Michael territory now?
How could it be worse than that?
Okay.
Okay, go on.
Now this one really hurts me because Ryan Haywood was someone I was a big fan of.
Right.
I had met him like 5 times. I had been in the same place, like drinking with another one of the members of Achievement Hunter while he's in the corner talking to people about computer stuff. He ends up shooting me in the head with a Nerf gun.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. Like, I have literal photos of him picking me up. So it breaks my heart, because that man got me through depression.
Well, you can still respect the work, but not the man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
his career's ruined anyway. So where do I begin? Ryan Haywood. Let's begin with, initially, several women have come out with stories.
I'm sure they're all great, like heartwarming, wholesome stories.
One woman, the first one, her name was, ironically, Tess. She met Ryan Haywood in PAX at 2018, where the current time she was 17.
Yeah.
Not illegal in the state of Texas.
Did they do anything?
Like
at that age, or?
Once again, not illegal in the state of Texas.
Oh, okay.
I mean, does he know that she's 17?
Few key factors. She told him she was 18.
Okay.
Right, there you go.
A lot of sexting back and forth via Snapchat, which is where the nude leaks pertained. A lot of screenshots from Snapchat. Messages came out after all these things.
Yeah.
Where they had plans to fuck. Did not happen. And that was just the first one where him grooming fans.
Yeah.
Is how we'll say that.
I mean, you're in a tricky situation there. You're a young guy. I don't know what he is. What, 20-something?
He
So let me
is
get this-
39.
So let me get this straight. One of the companies that accused Vic Mignogna of supposedly grooming a bunch of women that didn't really have any solid evidence, some of the people in that company are now being persecuted for grooming people? Is that what you're telling me? Boggers! Carry on.
And then a day later, I've been watching this for this happened.
This is all below my radar.
This happened Tuesday.
Right.
Oh, so this is fresh.
This is fresh. From there, another woman came out at the age of 28,
Right.
also married, also having a sexual sexting affair with Ryan Haywood with plans to bang. That did not happen.
Right. You'll have to put his picture up there because I have no idea what these people look like.
Then,
Yeah.
next day later, 17 years old, did have sex with Ryan Haywood, flew her out into a hotel in Texas. Was not aware that she was 17 until after they fucked.
So far, it's not sounding that bad, other than the fact that he's married. I mean, even if they're legal, it's still a bit creepy that he's taking advantage of them. But it's nothing illegal.
She told him he seemed fairly unbothered. And then the fourth one that I read this morning as I woke up from my drunken state.
I mean, you're going off what she's saying. He wasn't that bothered about it.
I'm going off screenshots and Snapchat messages and a bunch of information.
Yeah.
Like if you look up Ryan Haywood on Twitter, on Reddit right there, you just look up Ryan Haywood, you will be bombarded. That Twitter, it'll blow up. So the last one. Actually, can I borrow your phone because I don't want to get this one wrong.
And there's another one. This Blake Haywood. No, wait. Who's this guy? Blake something. He was abusing the Jennifer Benoit co-star from Supergirl, which is about to get cancelled. I think we already mentioned that last time, but no more Supergirl.
Yeah, we definitely did mention
Which is
that.
weird because Flash is still going. Arrow did 8 seasons. Supergirl's I think only done 6. It's that intersection of rising salaries and
oh look, there's
dropping
another
ratings.
one that came out which I haven't read yet. Okay.
Oh, was it the Rooster Teeth subreddit?
Yes.
No.
I mean, unless there's like some really strong evidence, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know what.
I think once you get like 8 or 9 women.
Once you get direct messages from the man on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do people still not realise that everything you put online...
Could that be fucked with, though? Because sometimes you can... You know what I mean.
I'm aware,
Right.
I'm aware of what you're saying. But at the same point, when I've seen screen recordings of them going through the messages, when they just screen recorded the chat, I feel like that's kind of harder to fuck with.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta open... you gotta be fair. Like, when other people have been accused, you gotta
stuff.
wait for this shit to play out and sort of see everything that comes in, innocent till proven guilty, that kind of shit, you know?
You got to be sure, but I mean, how often do people get falsely accused? I don't think it's that frequent.
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes, like...
Where there's smoke, there's fire, like with this Vic guy, so many people came out. I'm sure some of it was just jumping on the bandwagon, but there's way too much smoke for me. I mean, I don't know all the details, but I think they had to cut their losses there. There was no way they could stand next to the guy behind him.
I can't open the document, unfortunately, because you don't have Google Docs.
Huh.
which is, but here's a couple of things that I will show you of the 17-year-old with the man. This is what the man looks like.
Yeah. He looks about 39.
Yep. And that's his jacket.
Yeah.
Because of the crack in your phone, I thought she had a spider in her mouth.
So I'll briefly go over that.
Right.
17 years old. She.
You're saying that's one of like 8 or 9 people.
It's one of 5 stories that are currently out. I haven't read the most recent one. So she initially started conversating with him once again via Snapchat. Initially starting on his Twitch stream because he's also a Twitch streamer. Once again, he was aware of her age. They back and forth.
Giggity,
yeah, and giggity, and probably the real kicker is he is flying them out there, flying who knows how many, because he deleted Snapchat, re-downloaded Snapchat, and actually had a conversation with her a few days ago, like yesterday, essentially, about this whole fucking thing.
Right.
It's like a rotating door of underage girls.
Yeah.
Wait, so after all this shit hit the fan, you still talk to someone?
Sort of, but
One
not
of the
in that
victims.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been like...
Like, the screenshots are there if you wanted to go back to that, of
Right.
like a recent conversation with him and her. So, his Twitch donations, he's always said, oh, this is going to my kid's college fund. And keep in mind, he's said to these women, I love my wife, but we don't have sex anymore, this and that, and that and the other.
The old cliche, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's an open marriage.
Yeah. So many reasons. Like, I'll put a link in the description to all these fucking things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be down there, because I don't feel like having to do that thing.
Yeah.
And so all the money that his chat and all that has been donated him for his kids' college fund in order to support him has just essentially been going to flying out girls and putting them in hotel rooms. They both got fired.
Yeah, it's fairly obvious why. I still think the first guy sounds worse.
Either way, yeah, okay.
He didn't fuck anyone, too. He allegedly didn't fuck anyone.
It sounds like everything, even if like some of that stuff was made up, it sounds like the fact that he giggitied these people couldn't have been made up. Like from like, it sounds like there's proof of that. It sounds like he could maybe argue.
You can say fucked, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, how old are we?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But like, it sounds like he could maybe try and defend himself for other little things, but not like the actual act itself. So
once again,
but if you would like
17,
to make your case to the Banana Split podcast,
legal age in Texas, of consent.
Yeah.
However, that's still a huge so
he's not going
I'm one to say age is a number, but there's a certain level to that.
Yeah, no, he's not going to do any hard time for this, but he's certainly
He's lost his green.
Yeah, it's definitely if there was a moral clause in his contract, then he broke it. So fair enough.
I imagine Rooster Teeth are gonna enforce some rules on dealing with fans at this point.
They'll probably tighten up the contracts a little bit. Yeah, makes them more explicitly. I mean, it's bullshit that they have to do that. Like, you'd think that would be obvious, but yeah. Meanwhile, since we're in the entertainment subreddit, all I can see that's really of any interest is that there's a definite start date for shooting for Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is March. So looking forward to, if it's anything like if it's under Kevin Feige, who's doing The Mandalorian, or is that, no, that's Jon Favreau. Yeah, so if he's somehow got a hand in it, then it's going to be awesome. Ewan, the last thing I saw him was I actually watched that Birds of Prey movie because it was on Netflix.
Yeah, I watched that too.
Yeah.
And the best thing about that is Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Even more too, the outfits that man wears in that fucking movie.
He has some style.
Because I have talked to several people who have seen me in suits and my blazers and things, and they go, "That's 100% you." And I'm like, "Am I about to start wearing gloves?"
Yeah. No, I was a bit disappointed that he only put the mask on right at the end. And I know they pay a lot of money for celebrities like that, so they have to
use his face.
Yeah, get the face in
there.
But
no, I kind of want to do a Roman Sionis just without the mask now.
Yeah.
Just because, like.
But no one's going to know that's
exactly,
who you're cosplaying.
that's
but yeah. It's not like Homelander where it's fairly obvious.
Or like you take the mask with you, but you just don't wear it.
Yeah. No, I'd heard a lot of good reviews. I'd heard some mixed ones, but I think my expectations were a little high.
Mine weren't. But I'd definitely say that Ewan McGregor stole the entire movie.
Yeah. I guess I've gotten too old or cynical, but there was way too many moments where I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Maybe I've been watching too many YouTube videos where they critique whether something breaks the laws of physics or whatever science they're into. Like, I've been watching all these insider, there's at least 4 or 5 different channels that get an actual expert on whatever the thing is. Space, fighter pilots, Navy SEALs, doctors, lawyers, whoever can, speak eloquently and with a lot of technical information on that topic. And then they'll review movie scenes which cover that particular area that they're an expert in. And once you've seen a few of those, you start watching movies with a little more of a critical eye. And I don't know why I give Marvel more of a pass with that sort of thing, because I know most of it's absolutely ridiculous. But
yeah, I know, right? Like portals and fucking Spider-Man.
That's okay. I'm okay with like magic.
There's magic and shit.
Listen, don't break physics.
The people who said
magic,
that The Witcher was just a popcorn
once you
flick.
establish the internal logic of that universe, once you introduce something like that, as long as it's got consistent internal logic, then fine. But when you have, say, like, here's just a chick on roller skates that's grabbed onto the back of a car and is jumping into the front of it to kill some guys and then goes...
Get the...
all of that stuff. I was like, there's no way you could do any of that. Unless she had some, like, magical mutant ability to break the laws of physics, she was going to, end up in 5 pieces underneath one of those cars. And there's a whole bunch of other scenes, like where Rosie Perez, is it? The hard-boiled cop. And I like how they make fun of the fact that she keeps sounding like a hard-boiled cop. Yeah, that's quite good. Yeah, so it was entertaining. Like, I had a good time. I just thought it would carry weight for me emotionally.
I like the fact that they foreshadowed, in all the trailers, like, oh yeah, Harley Quinn, she's got hyenas. You don't see them till the end of the movie.
Yeah,
You see
he's in it
one
for
of
like
them. It's
2
one.
seconds.
There's meant to be 2, and you see 1.
Yeah. I mean, hyenas are expensive, I guess, the whole CGI part of it.
I had a choice to watch Birds of Prey or the Sonic movie when they were in cinemas.
And you chose the Sonic movie.
Yeah, I don't regret my decision.
Oh, dear.
I don't care about Birds of Prey. Not watching it.
Well, it's not even Birds of Prey. It's
such a
Harley Quinn the
hater.
movie.
I don't hate it. I just don't care about it. I just don't care. It's like Star Wars. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, you should really hand in your geek card.
I'm sorry that they killed my enthusiasm when they killed Luke Skywalker.
I don't know. I don't think you can speak on it unless you've seen it. Like, that's why I didn't
Or
really
I watch
have any
reliable
opinions.
people talk about it.
Yeah, that's not the same thing. We're going to agree to disagree on that.
Yeah,
forever.
I feel like you've got to have your own opinion on something like that.
Yeah, you can't just go, I like that guy, so whatever he says about that
No,
thing is true.
No, you
Like,
do your research.
fun
You
fact,
do your
I
research.
like-
Research is actually
Like, as a
watching a thing. It's not like you're climbing Mount Everest. You're watching a movie.
So you're telling me in order for
It's
me
not
to
that
know
hard.
what heroin is like, I have to do heroin?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Listen,
Not
full-on
necessarily.
opinion.
No.
I'm not saying...
If you want a very in-depth opinion,
So
maybe,
you're
we don't
comparing,
have to have
that's a bad analogy, because like I just said, you're not having to climb a mountain, you're not having to inject potentially fatal amounts
I
of
could
drug.
research and have interviews with mountain climbers
Yeah,
and
sure.
talk to them in big detail. Excuse
Sure.
us, how
You
is
could-
it like
you
to
could totally
climb a
do
mountain?
that.
And then that could
Yeah.
better prepare myself.
Yes, definitely.
So,
it would
like-
help. I'm not saying you're not going to learn something. I'm just saying it's never going to compare to the actual experience of sitting down and watching a film.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
like
whole
I
curious
could,
thing.
but if I discuss with say a mountain climber
Yeah.
about what's it like to climb a mountain, by the end of that discussion, that could very likely help me decide. You know what, mountain climbing is not my thing. After talking with experts, not really my thing, and I can come to that conclusion.
I
after
agree.
talking. Yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying-
exactly what you can do.
But I
with
feel,
Right.
but I feel like those are 2 different things. Like, for example, like, if you're talking about a reliable source, like, I liked Ryan Haywood for 8 years, but I'm not going to go out and groom a bunch of teenagers.
Sure.
Yes, I'll
I still think
definitely
even on the
agree with
mountain
that,
climbing
yeah.
thing, you could get the impression that it's not going to be your cup of tea, but you'll never really know until you climb that mountain.
You know-
Because you never know. You might get to the top and breach that summit and see the sunrise and be like, holy shit, I'm glad I did this. You just don't know until you do it.
You know,
So,
Pat,
I can see why you're not going to do it. I'll probably never do it either. But that's mainly a lack of time and money. But,
that's a really nice shirt you've got on right there.
and I try to represent.
Yeah. In fact, hey, it's too hot. There we go.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. No, we finally hit summer over here. It's
You know-
middle of October.
You
It's
know,
going to get hot.
maybe your guests should get a shirt.
No.
I'll do.
No!
Oh, okay. I was about to say like,
Can't believe you
are you
took-
gonna force it on me? Like, no.
Did you take the label off that cider because you didn't want to accidentally advertise it for free?
Yes.
Wow, well, that's attention to detail. Alright, so we covered Birds of Prey. I don't know, I give it like a 6. I was expecting a bit more clever commentary.
Listen.
I was going to say as well, the little Asian girl that's like the thief.
Yeah.
It's basically the same character as that Asian girl in Ocean's 7. That's
I haven't seen
also a
Ocean's 7.
pickpocket. Yeah. It's
But
very
you know
similar.
what I will say? This is really good. It's a shame that I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Should I cover up, make sure I don't show off my drink bottle?
You know what?
The creators want
it's
us
alright.
It's a good. Maybe it's a Pepsi. Maybe it's a Coke.
Maybe you peed in it. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Is it sane for me to drink my own urine?
I'd be worried if my urine would fizz up like that. I want to get that checked
Don't
out.
ever boil urine. This is what I've learned.
I heard that in Asia, when KFC and everything first came out over there, it was like the early 2000s or late 90s, they used to boil Coke because they just didn't know what to do with it.
I thought you were about to say they used to boil urine.
Who knows? I know they drink the fresh, like there's a village in China and that's like a ceremony every year and they drink urine from young boys because it's like the big health thing.
Oh!
So yeah, that's problematic. But hey, it's also culturally, it's a tradition, so you can't, where do you draw the line on...
I could make a religious joke with that, but I'm going to avoid it.
Well, they're not really religious
I'm
either.
better than that.
If you have a religion, they're going to beat it out of you.
I'll
don't
say
they?
it.
Oh. Well, no, but then they'll know. Then they'll know.
It's alright, Jaden, I'll cut all that out.
I'll cut all that out. I won't cut it out.
I'll tell you after. I'll tell you after.
It's going to be way too
I'll
built
put
up.
it in the description.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
I'll stop
So, on a completely different note, Mass Effect, the trilogy, remaster. It's
Not
been-
going to play it.
Alright, it's been delayed. But it is happening, so that's cool.
You know what?
I want to wait for that. It's like New Vegas. I know you don't like that style of game, but I'm not going to play it again until they do a remaster on it. No, they will.
Speaking of video games,
Yeah.
I tried something and showed this one and
Yeah, it worked.
actually this one.
On the
The
very...
thing we've been talking about for the last 4 episodes or so.
Right. What's it called?
It is it's currently in beta, so it doesn't really have an official name, but
Right.
it's the app's like Microsoft streaming or
Yeah.
whatever.
Essentially, he hooked up to his Xbox from his phone and had an Xbox controller and was playing Tekken and a few other games, Halo. That was a little laggy, but that's because
On
I've got
Halo
shit.
for 100%, Tekken ran fairly smoothly. I'd say.
Yeah, sure.
But if anyone,
But it looks shit.
But all 10 of you who bought a PS...
That's just how it looked anyway.
Yeah, not a fan. I thought they would have been... I know the latest Street Fighter, whatever the most recent version of that is, looks amazing. I know the latest Mortal Kombat, I think it's number 11, looks amazing. So I don't know why they dropped the ball with Tekken. Maybe it's a limitation of that 3D technology, but...
But all 10 of you out there who bought a PS Vita like me, this is old news to us, right? We had this ages ago. Yeah, and then Sony fucked us. Thanks. Carry on.
Sony will do that. It's like they just released a list of 10 PS4 games that won't work on the PS5.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go through
Ran
it.
fairly. I've read it. It's not big titles.
Alright, cool.
Nobody cares.
Relax.
And I'll tell you what, it ran fairly well considering it's on that phone right there, the Samsung Galaxy S20
The one
Ultra, the one that's currently filming this podcast.
The world is changing. I still haven't tried this virtual reality stuff. I'm waiting for the next generation.
I should have just brought my. No, you know what? It's too hot today for me to done
No,
this.
I want it to have like gel
we'll have to
blasty
bring our
things.
VRs.
I want it to be basically like Ready Player One, and then I'm in. So as long as there's enough people playing it and spending money on it, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Like haptic feedback. So if something punches you in the gut, you're winded.
Oh, well, then that's-
shot in the head,
I don't get that. Why do you want to feel it?
Because I want to live and I can't go outside because of the quarantine.
Why do you want to? I want to.
Okay, here's my
I'm gonna
question.
stab you.
Here's my question. Is the COVID is what's stopping you from going outside?
No, I'm just socially awkward. But,
Okay.
yeah.
And two, they exist already. They do have vests that do that.
Isn't I remember?
Also, money, I guess, is the other thing. Because I want one of those cool looking jobbies where you can run around on it.
Yeah, but where are you gonna put that?
I think there was one in The Office. There was an episode of The Office that did that.
I remember they invented a Street Fighter where whenever you got hit or KO'd, you'd get electrocuted. You'd play normally, but you'd be electrocuted.
I like that. I like that a lot.
You want this?
Yes, I
I've
want
been
it.
electrocuted.
Feel the
numerous
pain.
No, I
times.
just want to play against my friends and get them tased.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're really good at it, then
Yeah,
sure.
it's
fucking-
bearable. I've been electrocuted a bunch. It's annoying, but
I
it's
get
not.
electrocuted a lot at my
Well,
job.
I know, but it's like I get that you want to be in the environment. You're totally. I'm right with you there.
Tell you
I
what.
don't want to feel the pain though.
Tell you what.
Maybe the pleasure.
Another
if there's
reason,
any pleasure.
one of several reasons why I hate Apple. MacBooks will electrocute you a lot. A lot. It's the aluminum casing. It's not good.
Don't fuck with MacBooks.
Aluminium.
It's almost like you're going to go for an ad
Speaking
there.
of which, I was in a JB in the city recently. They've got like 400 laptops, and I didn't know where to go. But my son's starting high school next year, and
Yep.
I'll have to get your advice on a gaming laptop. It's not going to be Alienware, that's for sure. I don't have $5,000. More like 2.
I've got. You can get a Dell one. It's not Alienware, but they make the same company.
What about HP?
Will the school distribute their own laptops? Because when I was in high school,
back in the day, yes.
Wow.
Now I don't think so.
Not a gaming one.
Anyway, here's what I will 100% not recommend. If you touch a Chromebook, I will fucking kill you.
Even I know not to go there.
You touch a Chromebook, you touch a Surface Pro, I will fucking glass you. With this delicious beverage that may or may not be sponsored next episode. It won't be.
We'll get in touch. Miss Marvel casts someone named Iman Vellani. You can put their photo up. But that's cool. I've never seen her in anything. I think she's a new face. But not Mrs. I keep saying Mrs. Marvel, but it's Miss Marvel. And she's Pakistani, not born.
It's going to be really upsetting.
She's like a first generation or second generation immigrant. I'll get there eventually. That's a POC. She ticks all the right PC boxes, and that's great. It's all about representation. That does matter. So apparently, I've seen a couple more videos. Angry Joe did not like that game that she's in, The Avengers.
Yeah, that was bad.
And I've been seeing posters everywhere, and it's just like, it's not them.
Well,
you get so used to. I know they don't want to pay.
Here's what I'll say.
I'd rather them put money into the game than just paying for the likeness of the actors, but it's still just.
First of all, it's going to upset a lot of people who wanted Mia Khalifa to play Ms. Marvel.
Right. She's a bit too old,
and 2, in the Avengers game, I have the least fun playing Ms. Marvel. It's a character that I never touch.
Right.
I'm always, Thor, Iron Man.
I saw some gameplay and she's smacking people around. She's got these giant rubbery... It looks alright.
It's alright, but I don't have fun with it personally. It's not my cup of tea. I like to be able to fly things and slam hammers at people.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then on Discord with me and my mates are playing it, I found because of my mixer, I can use my computer audio directly, input it into Discord, so I can play the Iron Man animated adventure song as Iron Man's coming in.
Yeah, nice.
And it makes things a lot more fun.
Have you found it very glitchy? Because that's, again, I've just really seen the Angry Joe review, and alright, yeah, he played a lot of clips of people just getting stuck in walls and things like that, because it's beta. It's still an ongoing, and he's very cynical about the fact that it's going to be built on for the next 5 years, so they're bringing out a really early edition on the shelves, and then they're just going to pump you for money over time with DLC and stuff. So.
Well, he clearly knows fucking nothing, because all the DLC characters are free.
Right.
So, Angry Joe, shut the fuck up. Do some research.
But if you want those really fancy cosmetics, you need to subscribe to
Oh no! What's he gonna do? He's not gonna watch this! And if he did, he would have known that there was fucking research.
If you remember me, Angry Joe, hi.
Remember I'm not you with from them. What?
I knew him, well, didn't know him. I supported him. I did a video thing for him ages ago when he shouted me out years and years ago.
Oh,
and he tried to contact me and then I didn't reply because I didn't know how.
What?
I didn't know how to because he sent me a YouTube message. I don't know how the fuck YouTube messages
go
work
on YouTube
10 years ago.
On the PC and you just...
No, yeah, but it's it doesn't tell you that you have a message. You just have to look.
Yeah.
And when you're just when you're a kid...
You should reply now, 10 years later or whatever.
And he didn't say anything.
No.
Because, again, YouTube fucking messages, nobody looks at those.
Yeah, true. That's a bit weird. I mean, I guess he didn't want to go through any... Maybe it's...
Anyway, in the first fucking, press conference, they're all the future characters and all that, not gonna cost you a cent.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I've got to...
I'm excited for Hawkeye.
The development team were at PAX last year and they seem like nice people. I'm just... It's not something real hardcore gamers seem to be that excited about. So everyone's kind of waiting for 2077 if that's ever going to get released. Like all the big movies, it might get pushed till next year, but my pre-order's still in, and I might have missed the boat on all the consoles. But
I told you, man, it was going to be a next-gen title, essentially.
Well, that's the thing. I'll have to play it on PS4 first, and then hopefully my save game will work on the PS5 when I upgrade.
Wait, cloud saves.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just port straight over.
Another good thing about the Avengers is now that I own it on Xbox One X, it'll get a free upgrade to the Xbox X Series.
Right, so all the graphics and everything will just...
And it'll be faster loading, so...
It's like our friends with Spider-Man. Did we already mention that? Where the upgraded is upgraded from someone everyone seemed to like, even though it didn't really look like any of the movie characters.
I think we've mentioned it.
Yeah.
But
to a budget, Meth, Simon... what's his name?
That's the sign of his brain thinking.
Yeah, no, the guy that actually plays it now, Simon Holland, something Holland.
Tom
Holland. Where am I getting Simon from? Anyway, He just
Simon
looks like
Pegg,
Yeah, I
who
was
was in
about
the
to say Simon
trailer.
Pegg, yeah.
Yeah, probably that. We just saw the boys trailer because Matt still hasn't seen it.
No.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
know.
interested.
I
But
read a review once and it said it was bad,
before
so
we
maybe
go
I'll watch it.
No, I didn't
into
know
the
anything about
boys,
it.
We should.
before we go into the boys, one
Right.
final thing that I'm going to cover on Spider-Man is, and this is just Spider-Man in general, is I'm hearing a lot of rumblings, like a lot of rumblings with the fact that Jamie Foxx is Electro is returning. Yes, I know that's going to be distracting in the background, but
No,
sure.
sure. Rumblings, that's fine.
It's just funny, you're talking about rumblings and suddenly the toilet decided to have a
Yes.
conversation with itself.
Considering Jamie Foxx as Electro is returning, I'm hearing
Yes.
a lot of rumors about the possible returning due to the multiverse of one Andrew Garfield and
Right.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I have
Which
heard rumours.
that'd be big.
Yeah, if they could bring the multiverse, and Doctor Strange is in Spider-Man 3,
Yeah.
so that explains it to a
He's
degree.
meant to be his new Iron Man figure.
Yeah. So there'll be, which works, because he's a very similar kind of ego, and,
Yeah.
you know, he's quite,
Suave.
Kind of
yeah, I
cheeky
mean, it's more that
sometimes,
he's got a lot of knowledge,
Yeah.
he's got a lot of wisdom that he can impart, he's got a certain amount of arrogance. And underneath all that bluster and seeming to not give a shit, he still cares. He still wants to do the right thing. So hopefully we'll see that pan out. And like that makes sense with the multiverse, with Jamie Foxx and all that being involved and
Yeah.
somehow crossing over. And it'll be
Which could potentially
Yeah.
bring in the X-Men, hopefully, as well. And apparently, allegedly, what the current top thing for the next big Thanos type thing is
Yeah.
going to be Galactus.
I'm still confused though, because Sony isn't owned by Disney, right?
No.
So they still have a certain hold on Spider-Man and a couple of the other characters. So Disney doesn't have everyone.
Disney
But
has
Disney
the
does
most.
own X-Men, right?
Yes.
So they bought them off Fox, right?
Fox.
So why would they need to use that movie
Well, you
to
would.
introduce those
I mean,
characters?
that would just
Because
sort
you
of-
want to keep them separate.
Well, it's not.
Other
giving,
than
it's
Spider-Man.
not giving them to Sony. It's not. You're not giving them to Sony.
I know,
at that point.
but-
It's still. It's a good way to sort of tie it in. Like as long as they don't have to come into that movie. Just as long as you
Right.
establish a multiverse,
Yeah.
that'll.
Okay.
Like,
I can't.
as
see
long as we get Deadpool eventually, and
that. I
hopefully,
heard a really good take.
hopefully Wolverine played by Hugh Jackman, because let's be honest, no one else is going to accept anyone else.
Yeah. No, I read something on good old Reddit, and it was like what they should have done because Avengers Endgame was the first MCU movie without a post-credit scene.
Oh yeah, the Deadpool thing.
And
Yeah.
it should have been where he just turned up. He had like
Right
a
at the
suitcase full of underwear, and it was all spilling
That
out.
merger took forever, and he's
Yeah.
got Mickey ears on.
How did we both read that? I must have shared it somewhere.
It's probably in the group.
Yeah. Okay. I just love it.
Either that, and we all
It's such a.
on the same page.
I'm hoping they can maybe add something similar to that in like a future DVD. But yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, the other example for someone to play Wolverine that I wouldn't exactly accept, but I think would be pretty funny if you just got Liam Hemsworth. So you just had two of the Hemsworth brothers.
Yeah. No, it doesn't work. Maybe the one from Westworld. Because super budget Hemsworth.
Wait, no. Get the one that's not famous. Get the
Yeah.
fourth Hemsworth.
Is there a fourth one?
There's a fourth Hemsworth.
Jesus, yeah. He's just like a bricky.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a spark. He's a Sparky. I am Thor, not him. I shocked myself.
I didn't read this article, so I don't know why I'll bring it up. But Call of Duty Warzone, do you play that? Apparently there's an update where they add a creepy little girl that haunts certain players. So that's cool.
I haven't played that in a very long time, since like the last 75 gig update came out.
20,000 players from Call of Duty Warzone were banned on Monday for cheating.
Good.
So, fuck those guys. And
But,
good to see that. Someone's paying attention.
Yeah. I mean, 90% of it will be PC.
James Bond was pushed to 2021, so now there's literally nothing left to get excited for this year whatsoever in terms of film releases, other than a couple of cool maybe.
Still
indie-
have TV. They put Friends on Netflix, and I finished it in 2 weeks, and now I'm watching New Girl.
And you have YouTube where you can watch
Who's
this
that
podcast.
girl?
Yeah, I don't know that one. But yeah, it's just kind of sad. I mean, basically, all the studios saw what happened with Tenet, and it didn't make anywhere near the amount of money that they thought it would. Mulan apparently did okay. Like,
Yeah, my
numbers-
co-worker was going on about Tenet. I'm like, maybe I should
Say that
too.
again, please.
Yeah, you don't trust
No,
my
oh
word.
no, I was saying to him, I got my podcast co-host Pat, he's going on about it, and I'm like, I'm not watching it out of spite at this point.
Yeah, and I've heard from some people that the audio mix is so bad that you can't tell what they're saying half the time.
Yeah.
I don't remember having that problem. But there's a big Russian thing to it. Like the main bad guy, Kenneth Branagh, good old Ken, he's playing a Russian mobster. So you might enjoy that aspect.
Oh, I'm in. That's all you had to say. If you said Russian mobster,
and
I
he
would have
just
immediately
chews the
watched it.
scenery so hard, like he just owns every scene that he's in.
All you had to say was Russian mobster.
yeah.
My family, we're Russian mobsters.
Right, well there you go. Like,
Well,
there's not
okay.
just him. There's like his whole mafia thing.
My family were Irish mobsters and Russian spies.
Should be some good stories there.
Yeah, Nan told me a few before she died. Didn't he?
Mm.
That's how they got out of Russia and during World War II.
Was it Russia, or was it like some satellite nation that just was owned by Russia?
No, it was the border of like Russia and Germany.
So East Berlin.
Yeah.
That's how were they Russian and they got through that border, or they're living in East Germany? So they're really actually German Russians.
No, we're Russian Russians.
Right. Okay. Oh. Did they hide in like the back of a car, or
It was a boat.
Oh. Okay.
Boat straight to Australia.
Yeah, but I mean, Germany's kind of landlocked. So, was it through Berlin and then eventually down to a boat?
It's a lot of like we're not who we say we are. Like fake passports.
Fake passports. Yeah. I'm fascinated by the stories of people getting across over walls and under buildings and through tunnels and all that sort of thing.
My grandmother was like 6 at the time.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So
So the next story is that Rick Moranis was assaulted in New York. It was caught on a CCTV camera, but the footage isn't very good. You see some guy, I think he has a beard.
Oh, you can. They've got that footage itself wasn't very good, but they did actually get a clear picture of his face.
Oh, good.
There was other cameras.
Someone's got to know who this guy is.
He's still wearing a mask.
Yeah.
But you can clearly see his eyes all that.
So hopefully they catch the dude, because it doesn't seem like there's any motivation. It's just like one of those weird
random attacks.
Yeah. And I mean, it couldn't have happened to.
You know what I've realised?
Like, it's just awful. Like, this guy's only just putting his foot back into the world of like, well, maybe I'll start acting again after taking a break for 30 years to look after my kids. Now they've grown up, I can do this, and bam, he gets punched in the face. So
that's going to be good for audio.
Yeah, it'd be really punchy.
You know what I've realised?
What?
I've never seen Matt without a beard.
Yeah, we should do something about that.
I could send you a picture of me with a baby face, but I don't want to.
I could go for some steak.
Yeah, right there. Lizard steak.
Liquid steak.
Yeah.
It's something else that's happening. Regal Cinemas, it's just the second largest chain in America, is closing all US theatres after the James Bond delay. There's some English chain that is also closing, and that's a big one. So yeah, it really does not bode well for the future of cinema. And will it go the way of VHS and vinyl and other like outdated technologies? Will it become a thing of the past?
I think Matt has a question.
You mean for good, or you mean like just suspended?
Well, for good, yeah. I mean,
okay.
no, these guys are closing like down.
Okay, yeah, because I know some.
Man, there's too many.
It's like Sizzlers in Campbelltown. That's never coming back. It's been there for 30
but here's
years.
the thing. It's Campbelltown.
Yeah, no, it's 15th of November. We've got to have
and that says a lot, because I'm in Blacktown.
Yeah.
And at least I'm not Campbelltown.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could always be Campbelltown. Or Mount Druitt.
Or Bankstown.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're all
thank
worse.
you for announcing my hometown. And
I didn't say you lived there. You just did that.
No, I don't live there right now, but Mount Druitt is a very beautiful place, and I grew up there.
Right here in beautiful Mount Druitt.
Is it though?
Cheap pop.
That's
Channeling my inner Mick Foley. Right here.
Yeah. As bad as Blacktown can be, like, Mount Druitt's the one where I walk out of that station, either side, and I'm just like, ooh.
It's not that bad. Come on. There's only like 2 people asking you for
No, like,
money.
Blacktown has a much worse rep than all these places because you don't make it out of the other places to tell stories.
Yeah, I mean, Redfern used to be the worst, and I lived there for a bit.
And then Redfern has now turned into Hipsterville.
It's pretty much been gentrified.
Well, I mean, it was Newtown, then it was Redfern.
I think it's either Mick Mundine or his brother that they basically sold the block out, and it turned into apartments. So there's still like one section of it, I think that's OG, but it's pretty much gone. Clean.
Like if you like Marrickville feels like what Redfern used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I've only seen like the nice part of Marrickville, Domain Street. Done lots of deliveries there. I've never seen.
Go to
any
the train
real issues.
station.
Okay. Yeah, I don't use trains, so fair enough.
Choo chugga. White pedo van in Marrickville.
I can't quite see that because of the crack in your phone. What was it? Oh,
Well, The Boys showrunner, the next article, and it could segue into our review of the second season because I think it's over now. At least until they do that, like, I don't think they've started shooting a third, but they definitely could, and it seems to be making a lot of money, so they've also got that spin-off.
I would want to see a Boys movie at this point.
Yeah.
What about a boys'
I think we've got to wait.
movie?
Isn't it like 6 seasons in a movie? So, hold on.
I really hope when the borders open and all that, they bring some of the cast of The Boys down.
Oh my god, yeah, I would love to meet. They all seem like really cool people.
Yeah.
The showrunner wants to release porn scenes that they actually film for season 2.
See, we didn't talk about that last episode. That was 100% there.
Oh wow, okay, I don't remember that. Yeah, I'd be keen on watching those. There's one scene in I think it's episode 6.
Black Noir it is.
Black Mamba cock. Yeah, there's some crazy clips. It's like the lamplighter basically has given up and he's sort of agreed to go to the Senate hearing on Heroes and be like, yeah, we're all bad guys, lock us up. And don't give all the monies to them and make them part of your military because they're not cool. And while waiting to do that, he decided to distract himself.
With porn.
Yeah.
And not any porn.
No.
Specifically, the 7 porn parodies.
Yeah, all of them. Every single character had a porn parody. And they were quite creative and well shot. And you didn't see a lot of the R-rated stuff, but obviously they've done it. So
Didn't see any of the badonkadonks.
No.
I'd be willing to believe.
That's all back.
I'd be willing to believe though that Translucent started his own one.
Yeah. I mean, there's such I remember going down a rabbit hole once, and there's this whole genre of Japanese porn where some guy has a weird magic watch.
I know. I've seen that.
My cat just came out of my room with no lizard.
He's got the watch.
He's left it there as a present.
Thanks.
He's got the watch that stops time.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he
I've
goes
seen
into
that.
changing rooms, trains. Because porn over there is so high production. They have
Convenience
train
stores,
sets.
and it's just women that just stand still.
Yeah. And he'll just undress them and do all that stuff. And that was something I was really disappointed in myself because I was like, how did I never think of using that as a fantasy or whatever? It's so...
How was that never a fantasy? The ability to stop time.
It's just such a easy thing to go with. And then, to see him... Unfortunately, all the ones I saw had that stupid thing where you can't... Japanese women don't have vaginas, basically.
And Asian men don't have pants.
Yeah. They've got plenty of fluids. You can have all the fluid all over the people, but none of where it comes from. So that's that. I just
I really got to talk to somebody and do some research on why they do that.
Get the hell away. Yeah, I know it's just old law. It was the Americans' fault basically. General MacArthur, when he came in and he helped out a lot, gave them a constitution and a democracy, which is arguable because for a long time there was just that one party. But it was some stupid law where it was just really specific in that you cannot show this one thing. And then they just got around it. There's a lot of videos where you'll see the girl lying there and she'll show everything except a 5-cent coin square size of.
Now
it's just
speaking of more than one party.
Yeah.
Kanye West still running for the election.
Yeah, I thought that was a hoax.
However, Vice President Kanye West.
Right, but
not
which party? Independent Party.
I've seen ballots.
Yeah. No, he's getting people to write in and all that. But who would be his president?
I don't remember off the top of my head. You can look it up.
Yeah.
But I've also put a ballot right
which
here.
We haven't even mentioned. El Presidente actually got COVID.
Oh, yeah.
That happened just after the last recording.
Yeah.
So
got COVID and then he's allegedly fine. Okay.
What do you think about a lot of people's reactions where they're talking about I hope you fucking die and what's your stance? Do you agree? Do you
Nah.
Yeah, no,
Nah. I'm a nihilist. We've covered this. It's in my Facebook bio. Nihilist.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't lose any sleep if he died. The only drawback I can see is that it might make him a bit of a martyr, and Pence would move in, and he's worse for different reasons.
That's the
Trump's a fucking idiot, and he's destructive, and all that, and he's not going to help anyone. He's going to definitely make things worse if he stays in. But Pence is that. Plus, he's also a religious demagogue. Right. And he'll,
I really saw the clip of Donald Trump speaking in 1999, and he sounded smart. It was weird.
I have a theory.
Yeah, no, he hasn't always been this bad.
I have a theory.
He used to be a Democrat.
Conspiracy hat time.
Right.
What if I deliberately gave myself COVID? Do you think that's possible?
No.
But just totally reaching out my ass here. Do you think that's a possibility? He did it for sympathy?
No.
Okay.
There's too much oversight on the hospital that he had to go to. Walter Reed is an institution. If anyone faked a diagnosis for him, they would lose their career forever. I don't think we're in the world anymore where that sort of grand scale conspiracy can happen without someone saying something eventually.
Picking up
So,
on that,
yeah, as exciting as that would be, and I've seen a lot of people say similar things. No, I think he got it, and he just got millions of dollars worth of research into the next great big vaccine pumped straight into him. And like some people genetically, they've got whatever quirk of fate, they happen to not get hit that hard, whereas some 22-year-old gymnast will get killed by it. So it's really weird like that.
A potential good thing, maybe, if they do it from this could be, but he will use this for sympathy, I bet, is maybe he'll take a bunch of his money and invest it in COVID research because he's been affected by it.
No.
But I don't think he will.
If you've followed any of his statements, that's not the case at all.
Oh,
he's just like,
it's not his problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I beat it.
I don't want to revel in the fact that anyone's
It's easy. No one should be scared. He's basically standing there with wires coming out of him, going, "Yeah, COVID's a breeze. Like, relax, everyone. I knocked it out of the park. Fine." Not mentioning the fact that he had all that medical science sitting there on tap for free, even though he's in, hates socialism.
See, that would have actually been a brilliant campaign. He wouldn't need sympathy then. He could just be like, yeah, you know what? I had COVID, and you know what? I'm going to make sure no one else gets this. $1 million.
No, he doesn't care about people.
$1 million.
I don't know, just something, I don't know.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And all the world leaders just start laughing. Yeah.
No, do you know how many millions we've put into this?
Yeah, no, I think they already got there. No, but we're still discussing
let's
Boys. You haven't seen it, and fuck you, so we're going to spoil it
I didn't know, no, so I talk about it. I didn't know anything about it.
I got goosebumps at Ryan.
Ryan, the kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's has some good acting. It's weird. He's one of those kids where you can see how he's going to look as an adult. Like, he just has that real well-defined face. Yeah. It's like, in 20 years he'll just be a bit taller. And it'd be really hard to do a movie where you've got them at different ages and use different actors. It's just got a very specific look. Yeah, I loved it. It made me cry, which I didn't expect. Is she dead? I don't think so, because they've said that they've taken her into
custody.
And so I think if she was dead, we would know about it.
I was pretty close to my prediction that she wouldn't make it out of the season, though.
Yeah, I mean, certainly not in any functional way. Like, she's probably tied up. You'll see her in some coma type.
I did like the girls do it better moment.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Good Die, you Nazi bitch!
Was it Frenchie or was it the black guy? What was his name? Mother's Milk?
Frenchie. I think it was Frenchie going, damn, girls do, girls.
Yeah, with that accent.
Better. I fucked that up, but anyway, my point remains the same.
Yeah, I love Frenchie. He's really grown on me. Japanese girl. Sakiko? Kimiko. Yeah, she's come leaps and bounds. Like, now he's learnt sign language. Yeah. So they can communicate. And when she just started laughing, like that show, you just never know where they're going to go. Like little moments like that, even if it's it's not like a thing that's going to affect the plot, but it's just like,
twist.
It's a choice. Yep.
What a twist at the end. Boom.
Oh, AOC.
Yeah.
No, our favourite politician that's trying to shut down Vought. And we thought it was someone on the inside, and it was like, it's going to be someone we know. Because they never do that in any kind of mystery, murder, like procedural cop show, whatever it is. If there's some unseen antagonist that's going around killing people and you're trying to figure out who it is, which is the case, especially into season 2, heads are exploding, main characters are dying, which is unusual in this show, and you're like, well, who the fuck is it? And I still don't really get her motivation because I'm not very smart. She didn't want a lot of these things to happen that did end up going out like the... Yeah, it's like...
Well, maybe she did, and that was this part of her plan to get into power.
Yeah, I'm going to have to read some really smart guy's take on it, but it was a surprise.
Yeah. And I wonder what's going to happen to 11. The chick who looks like 11 with the blonde head and the...
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, like 11, we talking Stranger Things now?
Yeah. She does kind of have a similar...
power, too.
Yeah. Okay. She's not floating around. As far as I can tell, she had to walk everywhere. But she does get out. I don't know how, but she got away. Yeah. Even though Stormfront knocked her down with some lightning, I guess she didn't really finish her off. So, which is a bit sloppy, but what can I say? Stormfront's not the most...
Plot armor is a powerful technique.
But they've got...
She had plot armor, but because that's something for season 3, along with Dean from...
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, good old Jensen Ackles. So we'll see him as
Soldier Blade. I'll tell you what, they have got Homelander by the balls right now.
Yeah.
But I can do anything I want.
I love that because I read about that scene. They shot that.
And they were like, we won't put it in. And
no, well, that was the studio said, no, that's too much.
Yeah.
They wanted to put it in, and the studio's like, no, that's too far. You've got to like keep that on the cutting room floor. And then clearly they had enough momentum and balls now to just be like, no, we're going to show the masturbating off a building scene, and it's going to be the last thing you'll see.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
And I was really hoping he was like, right as he finishes, like his eyes started going. I was hoping he was going to shoot his eyes into the sky.
Yeah.
Nice
The thing is, we've already seen him orgasm like 2 or 3 times, and there's no laser eyes, so there's head crushing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, but like you know how some people get off. Like maybe he just really got off doing it in public. So so then that would encourage the eye thing. It's like that's flat light show.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like what's the thing that's like a voyeurist, a public exhibitionist.
Yeah.
Because that's twice now we've seen that. There's that one in the alley where they take out the bank robber, while like they just start talking to him. Hey, he's like, just take me to the hospital, and then
while they're just jerking each other off.
Such a great scene. I'm gonna miss those two.
Yeah.
I mean, they were evil cunts, but they were
entertaining.
Entertaining as fuck. So. Yeah.
He's a sociopath, but I love him.
He's such a narcissistic 12-year-old, and they know exactly what makes him tick. Like good old
Edgar.
Edgar. Is it Stan Edgar or Mr. Edgar?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's basically like, he walks in that one time to confront him about Stormfront, ironically, who he ends up falling in love with. And like, oh, well, how did you end up picking her? Like, come on. You should have consulted me. And he just, even though he's got no powers, he's just so smart that he knows what makes him tick and makes him walk out like a school kid, because that's what he is essentially. He knows what.
With his tail in between his legs.
Yeah. And it was the same at the end with like Maeve, and she pretty much gave it to him. Like, hey, finally she had a moment where she could turn on him, and that was a bit of a Han Solo moment, her turning up out of nowhere and being like, right, I've got this footage. If you fuck around, no one's gonna love you. And he's like, I'd destroy everything. And she's like, well.
Yeah, but no one would love you.
Yeah.
What's more important to you?
That is a heavily underestimated ability, and I know it'd be slightly different, but basically like having like 100 speechcraft, like in Fallout or something. Because I'm gonna fucking shoot you, and you just know exactly what to say or do, and like, all right, cool, and then they just turn around and walk away. Or like, I'm gonna be president. That's bullshit. I'm speechcraft.
There's a few characters that have it.
I mean, like 80, I think.
I think Madame Mallory, you could say that she's got pretty good speechcraft, because that's essentially her job, being a spy master.
Butcher's got a lot of luck.
Butcher. But he comes up with some great lines too.
Yeah.
And he knows what, like, immediately when he was about to get destroyed by Noir, he knew what to say.
Yeah.
And he knew who was controlling him. So he's pretty clever. For somebody.
There's intelligence there.
Yeah, he's run by emotions, he reacts a lot, but he's still got a long-term goal. And he knew the only way to find out where the kid was to propose this outrageous, like, betrayal to Stan Edgar. He's like, you're even more ruthless than me. Fuck. Yeah. To, betray his wife. And when he did that, and then she made him promise that he would
look after the kid.
And, but even before that, she made him swear that he would bring the kid back to her. And he's just like, oh, shit. I swore on,
he's like,
my dead brothers.
I love my wife.
Yeah. So he couldn't go through with it. So that was good to see. We thought, oh man, we understand why he's doing it, but damn that shit.
Yeah, like he hated Ryan. Hated Ryan.
Yeah. Which is a blind hate. Like that, we know that he had to get over that, and that was part of his arc. There's a good reason why. It's standing on like an empty, it's built on sand.
Yeah.
As soon as some waves come in, he's got to be able to see how empty that hate is. And that, Starlight first showed him that not all soups are evil. He's got to get over that prejudice. So hopefully, even though he kind of gave the kid away at the end, I think he's going to be checking in on him. And
or the kid might just be completely written off for the next 2 seasons until Homeland goes a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and they bring in someone else who's like 15 or something. But again, that'll be hard because it's like, that kid's so, I don't know, I've got this weird...
It's hard. It's going to be really interesting to see how long this show goes for.
Yeah. I didn't realise it had this kind of leg work in it. Like, there's so much backstory, and it could work. I mean, and it got really close to reality in the end there. Like the way Stormfront's using her base, and it's not like she wants everyone to love her, she just needs 5 million soldiers to love her. And then that's what they're going to use. And once Homefront saw that, he's like, oh, I'm on board. And it was pretty funny watching her talk about, like, the white genocide to Ryan, and still Stormfront standing behind her, just like, yeah. Anyways,
yeah, it's just like it's. I've seen memes where it's like the crazy hot scale.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely, there's something sexy about her confidence and intelligence and her power, but it's like, man, you have to be such a hateful cunt.
Oh yeah, her power is sick though.
Yeah, I can see a hate fuck happening.
Oh yeah.
But
piece of shit. So I've been talking to a few people in like heard the boys VOT posting because it's like
yeah. Did I add you to that?
I think so.
Yeah.
About
it's like some cool meme group.
The predictions of Soldier Boy.
Right.
And now I'm like, does he get added to the 7? And like I personally thought he's gonna be more crazy than any of them. Like I'm talking Full Metal Jacket in the bushes in the middle of the night, PTSD.
Yeah.
Like just ruthless.
That would be an easy, a pretty obvious thing to do.
Yeah, but then other people have suggested like he's gonna hate the 7 and everything that they are. Like you're not real heroes. You didn't go out there, face what I faced.
True. Yeah, he was the only one. It would have been him, Stormfront, under a different name, fighting for the wrong side until they switched. I think she switched before the war was lost. Vought was like, hey, this is not going our way. And went over and she said they had like working candidates like before the bomb was stopped.
I'm very excited to see Jensen.
I'm guessing she meant Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
By, being one of those early prototypes. So, but it's just weird what happened from then until like the 2000s.
Yeah.
They've been around, but we don't know a lot about.
Or is he going to be just like a fat, washed up vet?
I can't see Jensen ever.
No, but like, you chuck a fat suit on him, he's just like real lazy and all that, but when you piss him off, he just becomes like super deadly.
Yeah, no, whatever they do, I'm looking.
There's so many.
Fortnite
There's a lot of potential. Yeah, in a way, but like, more psycho.
Okay.
And hopefully they get, now that they're not being hunted by the feds, they get a nicer digs. Because living in a basement of a pawn shop, yeah, they could do better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, now it's sort of coming in a way full circle from where the comic starts. Where, as in, because Mallory's like, alright, I have a group to do this and that.
Yeah, she's got a budget given to her by what looks to be like now the new arch villain.
Yeah, like, because you've read the comics, right?
Not all of them, no.
Like you've read like the first couple issues at least.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like you see it starts with initially the boys are an actual group, and then he gets told about Huey because like this has just happened, and it's like different in the way where he sort of did all the work himself.
Yeah, I mean, even in this show, they were a group before. Like Mallory got them together, so she found. Keep forgetting his name. It's like Eminem. It's just Mother's Milk. Yeah, I don't know why that slips out. But, there was him, the Frenchie, obviously Billy Butcher, and that was pretty much it, just the three of them for a long time, like 8 years or something.
Yeah.
So, it was pretty funny though when Lamplighter walked in and they just started laughing at him.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you look ridiculous. And it was a whole critique on that whole like 90s era superheroes that would have these ridiculous costumes, and bringing that into like a fairly accurate portrayal of our real world, and that's how people would react. So anyway, yeah, boys, get out and see it if you haven't already, Matt, because it's the best thing on TV right now. There's been some new stuff touted, but and I recommend again watching also the Watchmen TV series. But yeah, for laughs, drama, everything else, it's right up there.
Kiki sex.
Yeah, another one again I'll recommend is Lovecraft. And also something called Raised by Wolves, which is directed by Ridley Scott.
You've got Amazon. You should watch It's Always Sunny.
In Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can skip the first season, to be honest.
Right, yeah, that's what I started watching the first season. I wasn't that.
You can skip the first season. Dan DeVito comes in the second one and he fucking nails it.
Oh, yeah.
So, what else? Yeah. Speaking
Fuck you, Netflix!
They cancelled a couple of things. One was Glow, which is apparently really good.
Which was already in production and filming.
For season 2.
For season 4.
Wow. That's really, really harsh. And I heard that, we mentioned last time that Ventura?
Ace Ventura?
No, the cartoon, Ventura Brothers.
Oh.
And that got cancelled after like 8 seasons. But weirdly, it's been around for like 15 years.
Yeah.
So they weren't doing a season every year.
Yeah.
But they were halfway through writing their 8th season. So yeah, so they've done 7. That's got to be frustrating when you've put all that work in and it just gets pulled out from underneath you. So hopefully they can find someone else to pay for another season. But Teenage Bounty Hunters got cancelled. So
that was a show I liked.
yeah, I thought it was going somewhere. I really enjoyed the whole.
I'm certain. I even
chemistry.
I went like, I hope it doesn't end up like the other show that I was watching that got cancelled.
I think it was a Netflix production, so I don't know if anyone else can pick it up.
I think they could probably buy the rights to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some clause in a lot of their own content, like I know with the MCU Daredevil stuff, like the TV shows that they had that they cancelled. They couldn't make anything new for another like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
There was a gap of, it was like one of those weird contractual things.
See. There's a loop there that makes sense though. You can just be like, all these characters got clicked.
Yeah. No, that works.
Yeah.
That totally. There's no reason why not, because there's nothing happening after the snap.
Yeah.
In those shows, like by the time that happened in the movies, I think the shows had already pretty much. None of them dealt with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they all got snapped, and between the 2 snaps is 5 years.
Yeah. Sometimes. What's that
Yeah.
genius meme?
It's the black guy.
No. Oh, yeah, that works too.
I like
No,
the black guy.
I like the Jeremy Clarkson one.
I like the black guy one where you're thinking.
Yeah.
You got it the wrong way, Pat.
No, but I missed that one about Morbius, and it's like apparently Michael Keaton's in Morbius. There's a bit of a connection to the Spider-Man stuff, so looking forward to that. Have you seen the Morbius trailer? I
Yes.
think he's found a place where he works in a superhero world, because he tried being the Joker.
Yeah.
It's the same guy, right?
Yeah, Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Leto.
Leto.
I don't know. I think we'll agree to disagree on that.
Leto.
I didn't. No one really liked him as the Joker, and I don't know if that was a true tweet. Was someone like a response from him to like, "Oh, the best Jokers," and he was like, "What am I, fucking chopped liver?" Because they had everyone except him, and he just seemed a bit. I couldn't tell if he was genuinely upset or just like playing along.
I think he's biased.
I think in that's where he gets to shine, because as a vampire, there's shades of like his character in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
He pulls that off really well. So whereas Joker, it was just too camp and.
It was very camp.
Yeah, no, he needs to stick to like dark and moody.
Oh, something I shared.
So there's a new Resident Evil movie, because that's what the world needs. Another movie about like infected zombies
But
running
look
around.
at the cast.
Yeah, the cast looks good. There's Robbie Amell
Yeah, you got that one
Got
right. Robbie and Mel.
from The Arrow.
Yeah.
Or it's just
And
Arrow.
Bright on Netflix.
Yep. We've got I think it's Tom Hopper, the guy with the white hair.
Yes, and I wonder who's going to be. He's going to be playing.
Yeah, he's really good in Justified.
I know he's clearly Wesker. It's clearly Wesker.
Yeah,
He's
with the
clearly the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got the big guy from.
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, yeah.
And once again, I
So,
wonder who he's going to be
is it-
playing.
Is it going to be based off one of the good Resident Evils then? If it's got a little
I imagine
do you
it-
know if it has Wesker in it?
I think it, yeah.
So
it
who's
specifies.
Kaya?
Raccoon City, 1998. This is going to be Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're rebooting the whole thing. And
Yeah, because like I can legitimately just going off this image, which will be up there. I could fucking cast who that is in which scenario right there.
So they.
See, and because
Right.
That's Chris. That's fucking the main chick. That's 100%.
So that's
Wesker.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I mean? Her character in Resident Evil.
no, but that's not. That, in my opinion, that's not fucking canon. In my opinion, that's bullshit.
All right, fair enough.
Well,
Like if I'm assuming
But it'd
this.
be nice if they gave a nod to her, like they had her as a cameo or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, but I'm assuming this is going
She did
with
like 8 of those
with
movies.
with the actual games is
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
assuming. Where her sort of thing has been like, I've watched them and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, no. They use characters from the movies, but they reshaped the entire thing.
Which I think this is going to go straight from the games.
Yeah, that would make more sense. That'd be good.
I
It's
hope
like
so.
with the second series they did of Deus Ex Machina. No, the one with the 2 boys that try to raise
Did you
demons.
just say Deus Ex Machina?
Yeah, but I mean something else machine.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be said.
Oh, okay. So
I'm talking
much like
much like Mulan
or Samurai.
or Samurai.
Oh, I'm getting those right.
Which one are you getting
Mulan and Samurai.
Which one?
That's
Mashima.
Which one are you getting right?
Which one you right?
Mulan's correct, and Samurai obviously is how
Mulan. Okay. Mulan.
What about Jared Leto? Or Leto?
It's Leto.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
is
I'm
it?
going
Oh, okay.
In Australia, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I know someone who's Australian. Has
Guys,
the last name
you want to
Leto.
watch some Mulan on the telly there?
Oh, fucking watching Mulan on the telly.
Oh, I put my Samurai up on the wall there.
Fuck. Hand me a Tooheys, Shazza.
Oh, fuck, look at the badonkadonks on
You
that
should cut to
cunt
that
over
scene in
there.
Pulp Fiction where he pulls the samurai sword off.
Fuck me. Look at those Chinese fucking death camps.
Let's get some of those in. We need some more gaffers.
Oh, approved.
Oh, I fucking blown me thongs out.
I
Fuck.
watched that
me.
cartoon anime and the two boys, and I've watched the entire thing twice, so I should know the name. But I'm obviously going full Joe Biden here. You haven't seen it? You should know. You're into anime.
See what?
There's the kid, the one brother. He's like just trapped in this giant piece of armor because he can't. Like he lost his
you
body.
mean Full of Metal Alchemist?
That one.
Oh.
That's like
Full
Deus
Metal
Ex
Alchemist.
Machina is
Yeah,
totally
it was something to do with.
Fucking Full Metal Alchemist cunt.
Yeah.
There's machines, metal. I don't know.
I'm gonna do this for the rest of the fucking episode because we don't have long left.
His brother or sibling is trapped in some armor.
Yeah, but the second series, they finally could go off the manga because it was finished. With the first series, they followed the manga for like a couple of episodes and then they ran out of manga, so they had to go their own way. And there's a really cool scene, if you ever watch Space Force with Stephen Carell.
I have seen Space Force.
And there's...
These scientists are the funniest cunts in the show.
Yeah, there's an Asian scientist and he takes the black pilot chick for a drive to town for some reason, and they start discussing that show and why the second series is different. And they also start dancing to K-pop, and it's really cute. So that made the show for me. That was like one of my favourite scenes in the entire thing. Because the rest of it's pretty silly and hard to buy.
I am a big fan of just the sarcastic scientists. The entire team of scientists. They're all
they make it. They say.
So just look at Steve Carell and they just go,
yeah.
how is he in charge?
Yeah, like Steve's alright, but I don't think anyone can buy that he could be a general that could run some place like this.
Like,
Maybe an office paper company, but not NASA.
Yeah.
Or the equivalent of. Like it just, and those other generals, like they kind of, like that one comes in and arrests him. He's like, yeah, now we're going to storm the Chinese base on the moon.
Yeah.
And the obvious happens where they're both storming
I
each
do
other's
love how
base at
all
the
the
same
other,
time.
I do love all the other generals though, like Air Force, you know, Marines and all that.
Yeah, the lady character, she's from that Glee, yeah. She was quite good.
Then there's the guy who plays in Family Guy.
Yeah. And he played the Tick in the first series.
He also plays Kronk in Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah. No, right. He does a lot of voice work.
that guy.
Yeah. Anyone like I've heard of people.
It's one of those people where you hear the voice before anything else, and you're like,
I know a few people who do really good impressions of him.
Okay. Be hard to do. JB, that's popped up with. There's a bit of a weird thing going on where they won't let you pay for your pre-orders of any console with a gift card, which goes against the
consumer law.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
really?
I don't know how they're justifying that or why they're doing that, because you're buying these gift cards with real money, so you should be able to use the gift cards as money.
Specifically pre-orders. They don't want you.
Yeah.
The next generation consoles.
Yeah, and there was some accident. I didn't share that one, but there was another article where they accidentally told people that they're not going to get their game on time. Well, it wasn't coming out the 21st of whatever, but that was a mistake. So they will get their consoles this year. The people that got in their order in time. It won't be me, unfortunately. I've got to find someone that does get one. I think that'll be one of those rare times when everyone's actually visiting friends' houses, because there's got to be one or two people out there that have a PS5, and I've got to see it. So
yeah, no, I don't care that much.
I know.
I'll just play PC.
Yeah,
I know.
I'll wait till they get cheap. Or wait till look. Okay.
They're not going to drop in price for at least another year.
I will go Boxing Day. They'll be a little cheaper Boxing Day, but that's about it.
Like $10.
I think there's three kinds of people with,
they might throw in one more
consoles on new tech, and there's nothing wrong with any of the three. There's the person that's like, I want it day one for whatever reason.
You mean Boxing Day next year? Because this year they're still not going to have any.
Maybe we'll see.
There's the guy that just doesn't fucking care at all. Like, I'm not gonna get it. Don't care. Or there's I'm assuming you and me, which is don't care. I'll either get it when it's cheap, or I'll find a special edition, or just more incentive.
I'll get there eventually.
Because when I bought my Xbox One, which I bought it when it was like half the price, I got like 5 games with it, and half the games I didn't end up using, but I sold for like twice the amount that I paid them for and shit like that. And so it pays to wait. But at the same time, if you know you're going to use it day one and you're going to put some good hours into it, then alright, go for it.
Depends on the games for me. At this point, I don't see any like console selling games that are going to be that much worth waiting, upgrading for. Like unless they drop some huge announcement like GTA 6, which we would have heard about by now, or some other massive game, and I can't see that. Like if there was a really big game that was going to come out launch, they probably would have mentioned it by now. I know that Time Loop one looks good, and that's only on the PS5. The one where you have to keep just going around killing everyone, and it's got this cool like 70s Afro punk look.
Listen, everyone's just waiting for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I mean, and will it look that much better on the PS5 versus PS4? That's probably the only thing that's going to get me to come over.
Microsoft is probably going to crack the whip at Bethesda. Like, we fucking bought you. Make something. Make something.
Listen, we're going to put you two in the room, and you're not leaving till you sort your shit out. Bethesda, Oblivion, figure it out.
Yeah. I'd love to see that. So I like this. It might not come out around the same time as everywhere else in India, due to the fact that some smartass went and trademarked PS5 before Sony did. So now they're negotiating to buy the trademark off him, and he's playing hardball. So that's a big setback in India, and
as again,
they're gonna have to.
You shit on the Xbox names, but then they don't have this problem.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna know what the name will be, so I can't believe they didn't just buy like PS6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
I probably think they have now. Probably.
Yeah.
See, maybe that's why Microsoft couldn't name their games. Name their consoles like the 720 and because someone was. I want to do this.
720 was long gone, 100%.
Yeah.
But no, it's not going to be the PS10. It's 100% the PSX at that point.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, but that's quite.
I just wanted to fucking pick a thing and stick.
Well, I will be. I don't know if you're going to have kids, but
no, won't.
No,
I'm not adding to the problem that is society.
We govern over the children, you know.
We live in a society.
You end up killing them all when there's too many, and then I help them pick up the pieces when they're all cavemen, you know, doing stones and all that.
Yeah.
So Soul is coming out on Disney Plus, and I don't think we even have to pay more.
That?
It's a new Pixar film.
What is that dude's face?
I think he just looks really happy.
Can I look at that?
Sure.
What is that dude's face?
Is that shared in the group?
He's staring into my soul. Look at his fucking face.
That man's on drugs.
Yeah, right? It's all dilated. Looks like that bitch who threw the dog at someone.
Coming out this Friday is a new series called Brave New World.
A Brave New World.
It's based on the novel from like the 40s. Written by one of my favourite writers.
Based on a novel from the 40s.
It looks really good.
It looks really
he looks
good.
like a fat Eddie Murphy, high as a goddamn kite. He looks like this. That's what he looks like.
We're also getting Green Lantern live action series.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Hopefully they'll do better than the film. It's got a heart attack. Someone at the window. Hopefully
somewhere
maybe it's your biggest fan, you
outside the window.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming to a TV screen near you soon, and not just as a like reality TV host, because he did do that. What's that? Not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. The one where they all have to get fired, but Donald Trump.
I was literally about to say, I would love to see him in that. Was he in that?
He did The Apprentice for like one season and it tanked. So he's going to star in a spy adventure series. I guess he'll be like running the spy agency or something, because he's getting on a bit, but I'm sure he'll get an excuse to throw a fist or two and jump through a window. So looking forward to that. But that'll be his first appearance in fictional TV, so that's where it's all going. That's where all the money is. We've got the Green Lantern, and there was some Reddit thread, and that's the end of what I've got about Netflix cancelling Glow because it only cares about new subscribers, and I think they're doing themselves and the audience a disservice there by not giving a series a chance to breathe and find its feet. And a lot of shows that are staples now, like Seinfeld, the first season wasn't very good. SNL. First season was awful and no one watched it, but the people that put the money into it were like, no.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, first season's the weak one.
Right. There's plenty of examples, and it's just like, if you just see anything there, and obviously a lot of people do love this show, give it a chance. Let it.
Retitle it. What do you mean by only cares about new subscribers?
Well, they don't care about people that have already. It's like the church. You know, they only care about getting more members. They don't care about the members that are already in it.
Oh, okay.
So they just want to. It's all about like increasing subscribers.
Okay, and because it's not getting more and more ratings, they're just like, no, fuck that, we want...
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even get a chance to, like, pay its actors any decent amount of salary.
Yeah.
Normally that's the reason. Arrow and all that. Stephen Amell, or Amell. I've forgotten already.
Stephen Amell.
If you
Stephen
went...
Amell.
You went from Amell to Amell. You could have just gone Amell.
No.
If you went by
I like to overthink it. But, you know, the reason that was cancelled was mainly, well, he would have been sick of it, but also... They were paying everyone too much by that point. And I don't know how they're affording to keep the Flash running.
If you went by those stupid logistics, there'd be never another Star Wars movie or show ever again. Because they have to try and recapture the original audience. Maybe Mandalorian.
Well, and another one is the OA. That was meant to run for 5 seasons. They cancelled it after only 2. You know, I think there's a cliffhanger at the end of season 2, and it had a lot of potential. Is that show made by the Wachowski sisters? I was hoping that would go a lot further than it did. I think they ended up doing a movie to wrap it up, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just hoping someone at Netflix, they're doing a lot, and I've said this before, they're doing a lot of good things, but fucking lay off they're threatening some really good content. So, you know, give them a chance, man. I want to see more of this shit.
We'd like to thank our live studio audience,
who just recently showed up. Anyway, thank you for watching the Banana Split podcast.
Episode 78, filmed on the 11th of October on a Sunday. We have to go back to work tomorrow. Why don't I remind myself?
The Sunday Telegraph.
If you would like to see ASMR with the devil and Jesus, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Please don't. It'll be a little bit awkward.
You should do it.
Please don't.
Comment that you want it.
Anyway, enjoy your dessert and get the fuck out.
Pancreas.
What?